like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music. Love,
love. Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. And this is another edition of Car Conversations on Jay Lee's Corner. Okay. I be trying not to yell so loud because my voice be hurting sometimes. But y'all see the title. But first, if you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and become a whole Jaybird. Jaybird. Dun, 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 dun. I should honk my horn to the beat and all that good shit. Okay, but I won't. Like, why is she honking her horn at me? Bitch, don't be honking at me. So I'm not gonna do that. Anyway, so I watched Wendy Williams today, and I have to say, I feel like the old Wendy is back. Okay, I have been saying before, when she first came back, she seemed off. She didn't seem like herself. It's like she was in her own head. She wasn't, it was different. And today I said, oh, the old Wendy is back. Okay, now she did address, in her own way, her getting divorced and all that, and some of the things that we have been saying we wish she would address in her own way, she did. Okay, we do know she is no longer wearing that wedding ring. That wedding ring is off, honey, all the way off, and she's wearing her butterfly ring. Was a butterfly? I think it's a flower ring. It's like her favorite, like, good luck ring. I think it's like a little flower or whatever on that finger. So that's what it is. She looks happy. She looks like a weight was lifted off her shoulders. I'm telling y'all, before, if you watched her show before, she wasn't the same her when she came back. She really, really wasn't. I'm not, it's because she's been plotting and planning. And I feel like, hell, the trick was on us. We up here thinking, oh, Wendy being dumb and she not addressing it. And me too, I have to, as she would say, eat some crow. Because even I said, like, why won't she talk about it? She ain't saying shit. She ignoring it. And she had a whole plan. And I'm the first person to know how you keep your plan a secret until it's executed. Okay? Team execution should be my goddamn name. So even I would say that I was wrong for expecting her to fully give us all the details of whatever. But I didn't want her to give us all the details, but I'm like, you can't even address it and deny it. But like she said what she said for a reason. She said, don't ask me nothing until I'm not wearing my ring. And even though now she's not wearing her ring, she's wearing a ring. So I'm like, okay, it's like a little catch-22. However, so on today's show, she did say how she's going to be leaving the sober house in a couple days. And she did say how she's going to be focused on her and her son and how she's going about it alone now. So did she say the words, I divorced my husband? No. Did she say the words, I'm leaving my husband? No. What she did say was she get out the sober house in a couple days and she moving. It's going to be Wendy doing it alone. And then she said that she getting her life together to be the best thing for her and her son, and she did not mention Kevin, and usually she do. So again, she confirmed things in her own way, even to when she said that how once she addressed her addiction and got the proper help and was in that sober house, in that rehab by herself with no phone, no TV, just them four walls and her thoughts and stuff about her life, she got everything in her life in order, meaning she realized, fuck that dude, I'm done. And I commend her. I feel like we may not have known how long she was drinking and drugging. And she was drinking and drugging because the things her husband was doing was coming to light more and more and more, and she had a whole reaction. And we did not really know about it. You know what I'm saying? So all while we like, oh, she just being this, she being that, she really was tripping. Now, I don't know if Kevin was also beating her, but when she said, how, because she was saying how she was different. Man, she was like how she in these streets now. I'm on the prowl. Because when she did a story about Cardi B and the Cardi B security guard who was in the picture, she's like, oh yeah, he cute. Who is he? You know what I'm saying? If he was my security guard, I'd hard like, hey, security. I hear a bump in the night. Come on up here. And she said, and they're so protective of me. If I say that, they gonna all come running. I feel like that could have been a hint to, because she's like, oh, that drama. I felt like that could have been a hint to how they have been saying Kevin, be abusive or whatever. So since she leaving him, if they hear a bump in the night, the bump can be him trying to bump her ass down them stairs, and they ain't having that bullshit no more. So again, she addressed things in her own way, and without having to say the exact words, I'm leaving Kevin, forever and ever. She just said, she moving out, she's gonna be edited alone. She seemed happy and content. She did a whole, a whole show of hot topics. She did say, my life is a topic too, and she touched on little stuff. That's when she went to the whole thing of her leaving sober living, being better for her and her son, getting herself clear. Okay, being clear in what she want to do. And honey, the shade she threw kind of throughout the through the episode, when she was talking about Vicky from Real Housewives of Orange County and her boyfriend, how Vicky is a woman of a certain age, and so Vicky ain't got to worry about having no kids and being pregnant, because her, she's basically, them eggs and dried up and they scrambled or whatever. And they said, ooh, she's like, no. I mean that in a positive way. She's like, it's us women of a certain age who, we not having no more kids, that it is what it is. She then said, because my days of, changing diapers and all that is done. And I said, to me, that was an ode to my husband had a whole baby bitch, and I ain't going through it. My baby days, changing diaper days, all that shit is done. And she said, And I'm telling you, it was little stuff she was saying that was confirming stuff. Because then she said that, and she smoked a fake cigarette, tossed it, and then spit on something, which means I set his shit on fire. It was on fire, and I spit on it. Girl, bye. I was like, oh, yeah, Wendy. But I told y'all, I'm a fan of Wendy. I've always been a fan of Wendy. Even when she gets on my goddamn nerves with some of her opinions, I'm still wholeheartedly a fan of Wendy. And I'm happy that she didn't come back and spill it all. And I like how she also said, it's hard for a person to come out and say stuff and be honest about stuff that they could be embarrassed about, or just they're not ready to talk about it because they're going through it. I'm also guilty of being a person of wanting her to spill her tea, which she may not have been in a place to do just yet. So, I gotta shut my mouth sometimes about little stuff. But I like how she addressed that, how it can be scary coming out and speaking your own piece. Because you're scared of it, or you're not ready to face it. But like she said, once I got it together and I got the proper help for my addiction and my addiction, and I got all parts of my life together, which means I'm clean and sober. I have better people around me. I'm divorcing this motherfucker. Me and my son gonna be good. I'm gonna be good. And she looked better. She looked mentally better. And nobody should be able to take that away from her, because again, you can't wish bad on nobody. You really can't. That's not a good thing to do. So I loved today's show. I felt like, okay, that's the Wendy I like. And Shannon, my friend, my co-worker at work, Shannon, my friend, who we work together, she was like, is it me, or is she talking a lot? And I say she is, but I'm like, that's how she used to do. She's back to her old self. I say for so long she had kind of slow, it was a little bit different. I'm like, that's who I'm used to. She can get through them topics like nothing, and it's because it's a whole flow. She got her flow back. I was excited. Sure was. On to the Real Housewives of Atlanta and the kind of little stuff that's kind of going on behind the scenes. Nene's a little bitch or whatever, but Eva was on Watch What Happens Live last night, throwing so much wonderful shade, because people was like, didn't Nene help you go on the show? And ain't she was like, no, you know what I'm saying, she might help others get a piece, but she didn't give me no goddamn fruit salad. And I'm like, she sure didn't. And Eva said the thing was, I was asked to be on the show, and Nene was just the only person who I knew off the show, but she didn't bring me on the show. And I'm like, I think people forget that's how it happens. once you're asked to be on the show, you have to, if you know someone on the show, that's who they introduce you through. Now, for like Tanya, she probably really was a friend of Nene from the store or whatever. And so she knew Nene, but it went from her being Nene's friend to being Eva's friend, but whatever. So we seen that whole thing, you know. They still talking. Greg went on social media today because I'm pretty sure Nene was upset because Greg said and on the reunion how he saw Cynthia as a friend, as a sister, and so I'm pretty sure that made Nene mad. Oops, she's pissed. So he then went and posted, well, you know, when I was asked, you know, has Cynthia been supportive, I said yes, and my mind went blank after that, and all I can remember is my wife saying how she views Cynthia as a sister. So that's just what I repeated. He said, but, you know what I'm saying, I support my wife, you know, wholeheartedly, whatever. But I'm looking like the simple fact that you still is saying the same thing we all thought. Y'all looked at Cynthia as a sister. Period. Your wife, that's the reason why you had that thought in your head in the first place. So it's just the whole thing to where Nene ass kissing, she's so draining. And someone said, well, I heard that Nene, Portia, and Candy got contracts. Let me say this. If Nene got a contract, bravo some bitches. Okay? They some whole ass bitches. Because Nene hold y'all that whole reunion. She was holding Andy. The fact that Nene up there saying, like, to get a peach, you have to go through me. I'm going to block whoever from whatever. If you want to be on this show, you know what I'm saying, I'm the person you have to kiss my ass to be on the show. And I feel like as a producer of a show, anyone who feel like they run the show and they don't, bitch, you don't get a piece this season. And my thing is, if Nene don't get a piece this season or for next season, this show not going to end. People will still watch. They need to be smart and bring back Kenya and give Tanya a peach. Okay? Even if they make Cynthia a friend of the show, that's fine with me. I don't think they should take her a peach. I think they should explore her and Mike's relationship. Nene ass need to go simply because she is just too much bullshit. And I seen Nene say on a couple other blogs or whatever how, you know, every reality show has a villain or somebody who causes drama. So even if I'm not on there, it's going to be drama. We don't mind the drama. No one minds the drama. But Nene she's draining on the spirit. Like, who wants to watch a show where it's like it's a job just to watch it? It's really a fucking job. The only reason I'm reviewing the stuff is because I'm being paid to review shit. If I wasn't doing reviews of the show, I wouldn't watch that shit at all. And if y'all didn't watch my reviews, I damn sure wouldn't do it because Nene is just draining on the spirit and it's fucking aggravating as hell. So I feel like that bitch don't need no peach. Let her have a seat. Show her who run the show and it ain't her. Cause my thing is, Nene, again, she don't bring that much to the fucking table. It's just fucking aggravating. And yeah, that's really all I was gonna say. It was just really the bullshit with Nene that I saw. I know to speak on it from Candy and Faith and Candy and Cynthia came out as well, where Cynthia was like, you know what I'm saying, I don't know why Nene keeps saying that it's some alliance between us and how we after her or whatever. That ain't what it is. Like they like the stuff that she did to people is the reason at the reunion that everybody went at her because of how she treated people towards the end of the season. And the whole thing of her still feeling like, oh, well, they still set me up and I'm still hurt and blah, blah. Girl, who gives a... Look, Nene don't give a fuck about nobody, so fuck Nene. All up and through. Okay? All up and through. Anyway, I'm done, y'all. I'm almost at home. I went to Sonic and got me a bag of ice. I'm so happy to have a bag of ice just so I can have cold ice water every day at work. Take a bag of ice every day. And I guess I will talk to y'all later. I know Love and Hip Hop, Paho, came on today. And I have to review that as well as I still have to do Little Women Atlanta and The Chi. So it's going to be a busy, busy night. But peace.
It's like love, love.